Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got a review for you today. By request from my dude, Brian-LCS, we're going to be talking about Superman Lost from DC Comics, issue number 1. It is written by Priest, art by Carlo Pagulayan, inks by Jason Paz, colors by Jeremy Cox, letters by William Schubert. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of those names, especially the second one. I know I did. No disrespect, just kind of how I'm reading them. So for those of y'all that do not know, Superman Lost, we are now at issue 3, but I'm going ahead and review issue 1, give you a taste of what it is. But so far, it is a fantastic story. As far as I know, it's considered like an Elseworlds story. It's not really main continuity. You could say it is. I mean, because with DC nowadays, everything is main continuity. Even if it takes place, separate from the universe, on one Earth, it does exist, kind of thing. So you could always say this is like a time from Superman's, long existence or something like that. But as far as I know, it's an Elseworlds story. But basically, we start out in Superman fashion. It's just him, doing Superman stuff, saving this lady from, a car accident kind of thing. It goes into kind of a very, maybe not so familiar for some people, but a familiar setting with Clark and Lois, and they're just kind of, having a chill moment at home. Clark is fixing the toaster, trying not to use any of his powers, besides his intellect kind of thing. And it's just a conversation about how they're both being pulled. He's Superman, so he's out saving the world. She's a, top tier reporter, and any moment, but it's just basically a nice, moment. She's talking about doing this report. As she's doing the report, Superman says that he'll, kind of be right back. And that's kind of where the book starts, because we see that the time has spanned, 3 hours have gone by, Clark's still not back, but she does hear something in that time frame, and all of a sudden she gets this, where Clark is in Superman mode, and he's just standing in their living room, but he's just standing there, he's not making any sound or doing anything. We quickly find out that something is not right. There's a knock at the door, and it ends up being Bruce Wayne that comes to the door. But kind of, there is this whole, like, where Lois is trying to get his attention, and he is just, like, totally phased out, not really paying attention. He's there, but not there kind of thing. But like I mentioned, they do get like a knock on the door, and Bruce Wayne quickly comes to the door, and we kind of find out a little more about what's going on. Not exactly, but we get a hint of the premise. But basically, we find out that the Justice League was called out onto a mission in the China Sea. There was reports of this submarine that had entered like restricted airspace where nobody was supposed to be, and now they're in deep doo-doo, and they need help. Now on the top side, it sparked this war, between China and America and Russia, and everybody else is getting involved. So basically, the JLA are called, and they're going to try and submerge. That's what this thing is. They've got their own submarine with Batman and Green Lantern, Green Arrow inside the submarine to go rescue supposedly these submerged pilots and stuff. Now granted, all this story is in the past. This is Superman and Batman explaining to Lois what happened in the time frame that he left, because as far as Lois knows, he just left and it's been 3 hours. We quickly find out it's been 20 years that he's been gone. We find out what's the cause of the 20 years, but basically we have this whole JLA kind of rescue mission where they're trying to not only take care of the warring factions without any casualties, but they're also trying to make it to the submerged submarine. But they quickly find out that there is no submerged submarine, that there is this like underwater ship / base looking thing of alien origin. It is emitting this massive amount of like Hawking's radiation or something like that. So it turns into not just a rescue mission, but now they're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. After scanning it, they do find out that it has the capability, if it causes to try and take off, that when it does, it has the potential of creating a black hole. And as sure as they say that, it does start to activate, and Superman has to jump in fashion. They do this brief explanation on how Superman's body work and the density of like the oxygen versus gravity or something like that. But basically, he's able to fly into the black hole, and using his, specific physique, he's going to hopefully stop the black hole from like forming. And he does fly in, and the next thing, kind of everybody knows, is just this massive whirlpool, like exists topside, and everybody else below under the water, like the ship and everything, is just gone, including Superman, because they do scan at that point. And he's just gone. They go back to real time when Bruce and Superman are trying to explain what happened. But the next thing we get in the storyline is Superman just explains that after that moment he kind of blacked out, and he woke up with that ship / base thing, but not anywhere near where in our orbit of our solar system. He had like teleported him like on the furthest edge of space or something like that. But that's basically where this issue leaves us off with. Like I mentioned, we are already at issue 3. I think issue 3 just dropped this past week, if I'm not mistaken, and we already have issue 2. I will review issue 2 and 3 if it is requested. If not, I'm just giving you this little taste to get you going. But I have already read issue 2, and I do have issue 3, and so far it has been an excellent story. I love the premise, though. For me, it's something brand new. I haven't read a whole lot of Superman, so don't quote me on this being the first time it's ever. No, but as far as me reading Superman, it is a first for me, and I kind of enjoy it. It's a different take on it, with Superman coming back, having this like, having seen some shit maybe he shouldn't have seen, kind of thing. He kind of has this whole PTSD, kind of thing going on. This is the cover that I have for the 2nd issue and the 3rd issue. I love the cover. It's just Superman sitting on a desk, which I have showed off on my new comic book day pickups. But like I said, if you want me to continue on with this review, let me know down below, and I will. If not, please go out and pick up this book. It's not, there's no, as far as I know, there's no keys or anything like that, so it should be easily to find and pick up. But that's my review. So far, I'm loving it. I love the art. I love the story. I love the direction it's going. There is enough mystery to keep you in from issue to issue, which I enjoy. But that's where those are my thoughts. Nothing negative about it yet. But hey, let me know down below if you read the story, what you're thinking about it. I know a bunch of people are reading it, so I'd love to hear what you're thinking about it. If you have any negative feedback, I've been reading Priest, and I can say the only probably negative feedback is he does it in these kind of like column sections of story. I'm not such a huge fan of the column style. And if you've been reading Vampirella, then like that column style section that I'm talking about. But otherwise, it's not something that's it's kind of sideburner. But that's what I got for you. Please comment down below. That does help immensely. Like, comment, hit that bell. I will have more reviews coming later on, but that's what I got for you right now. Bye, guys.